Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. We're making this video in April 2020. With the coronavirus keeping a lot of people at home, many of them are watching the Netflix docuseries Tiger King, the story of Joseph Allen Schreibvogel, who understandably would rather be called Joe Exotic. I not only watched the series, I also took careful notes because Shark has a bit of history with Mr. Schreibvogel. Joe Schreibvogel went on to take on a host of other names, mainly depending on whoever he was sleeping with at the time. But for the purpose of this video, we will call him by his family name, Schreibvogel, because I think he looks like a Schreibvogel. In 2015, and again in 2016, Shark sent an investigator to the Mississippi Valley Fair in Davenport, Iowa, mainly to check out Mr. Schreibvogel's display, because he was notorious for breeding cubs for petting, which is harmful to them, and for selling, which is illegal. I was the investigator who went in 2015. I extensively filmed what was going on, and neither Schreibvogel nor any of his minions did or said a thing. My footage included these tigers in repetitive behavior, which is a sign of stress and boredom. I also filmed young cubs who should have been with their mothers, but they were being handled by humans instead. The following year, the investigator was Janet Enoch. With a woman, Joe and his minions found the courage to confront her, bully her, and stalk her.
You're not doing this one either, okay?
You're not in charge of this, so go away.
I can have the cops come.
Please do.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Janet at all times was within her rights and followed all laws. Nevertheless, the Davenport police supported Schreibvogel, claiming that Janet couldn't film a public display at a fair.
If you continue to videotape, he's asked you not to.
Right. Well, he just told me that.
We're going to ask you to leave.
Whether because of corruption or just gross incompetence, the Davenport police chose to protect animal abusers. What I find interesting is all the cheerleaders for Schreibvogel. Those cheerleaders are obviously even more morally broken than he is. Comments from Schreibvogel's supporters demonstrate a shocking intellectual void. I'm especially taken with the repeated claim that we posted our videos because of Schreibvogel's newfound notoriety, even though our videos exposing him have been up for years. So why would anyone, even the most ignorant or despicable of society's cast-offs, support Joe Schreibvogel? Did I watch a different version of Tiger King from Schreibvogel's cheerleaders? The version I watched exposed Schreibvogel, who, according to those who know him well, is a drug addict, who shot emus because he was too incompetent to handle them, who took newborn baby tigers and other animals away from their mothers for money, who sold baby tigers, which is illegal, who conned and scammed everyone he came in contact with, including his own mother, who shot tigers he didn't want anymore. When a zoo employee lost half an arm to a tiger attack, Schreibvogel's response was, "I'm never going to financially recover from this." Man, that's cold. Garvin County Sheriff Larry Rhodes said Schreibvogel was a very paranoid person and potentially dangerous. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. One glaring defect of the docuseries is the inclusion of numerous songs which Schreibvogel claimed he wrote and sang. But he didn't sing them. Schreibvogel can't sing. That is obvious when on a few occasions he tries. According to Wikipedia and other sources,
he commissioned country songs from other artists. He then produced music videos for the songs and posted them on YouTube, depicting himself as the main performer and taking full credit for the music.
Here are some quotes from Rick Kirkham, a reality TV producer, on an April 2, 2020 post on SoundsLikeNashville.com.
"It was absolutely ridiculous," says Kirkham. "One time, Joe got a little bit drunk and high, and we actually coaxed him into singing part of one of the songs. He couldn't even hold a tune. It was just so ludicrous."
We've posted a few links exposing Schreibvogel's music scam in the description section of this video. To all Joe's minions, yep, you got suckered again, suckers. Schreibvogel often wore a uniform with a fake patch and a fake badge. The bottom line is, Schreibvogel's operation might be most accurately characterized as a shit show. I think this simple sign, which is in the docuseries, shows it best. It's one thing to screw up, but to never even attempt to fix it and put it out representing your business demonstrates what kind of operation it is. A shit show. So how do Schreibvogel's employees and associates, the people who knew him best, describe him? Acquaintance Doc Antle said Schreibvogel was a drug addict fanatic. Associate James Garretson said Schreibvogel was delusional. Reality show producer Rick Kirkham called Schreibvogel the king of the misfits and said, quote, "Joe's ego was so big, way too big for his little body. He would have done anything to become famous," unquote. Associate James Garretson said Joe was always trying to be bigger than he was. Zoo manager John Reinke said most meat served at a pizza place Schreibvogel opened came from rejected meat donated from Walmart. Ex-marriage partner John Finley said he didn't care who he hurt. He didn't care who he stepped on. Even the mother of deceased marriage partner Travis Maldonado trashed Schreibvogel. Multiple associates confirm Schreibvogel wanted someone to kill a woman for him. I mean, how low can you go? Regarding Carol and Howard Baskin and their big cat rescue, I've never met Carol, but I did meet Howard a couple of times and talked on the phone with him a few times more. Howard is intelligent, and I've never found him to be anything less than an honorable man and a dedicated animal protector. Anyone who knows Shark knows we don't hesitate to openly criticize animal protection organizations that are scams. In our experience, the people at Big Cat Rescue are true to the group's name, trying to stop the cruel and illegal behavior of Joe Schreibvogel and others of his ilk would be a necessary part of the group's mission. Schreibvogel for years pushed a conspiracy theory that Carol Baskin killed her second husband. Depending on which version he was telling at the moment, she supposedly either disposed of the body under a septic tank or she fed her husband's body to a tiger. But both can't be true, right? In fact, both lies are pure nonsense, demonstrating nothing about Ms. Baskin, but a great deal about the twisted, perverse mind of Joseph Schreibvogel. If there was any evidence as to any crime associated with the disappearance of Don Lewis, law enforcement would take the appropriate steps. No law enforcement agency likes cold cases. It makes them look bad. There have been no charges against Carol Baskin or anyone else because there simply is no evidence. What Schreibvogel's minions refuse to understand is that rumor, innuendo, and delusion don't count. I find it particularly interesting that Joe and the other animal pimps in the docuseries, all of whom attempted to portray themselves as gun-toting, manly men, were all blubbering and crying about one woman, acting as if she's some kind of bully. Good grief! What a bunch of whiny little bitches! There's an enormous difference between Big Cat Rescue and Schreibvogel and his fellow animal pimps. Baskin didn't breed or sell, and she doesn't kill her cats. Now, if that enormous difference doesn't register with you, I'm sorry, we can't fix stupid. In any case, putting the history and character of the Baskins up against the clearly perverse criminal natures of all the people who are talking against them, it is obvious who the good and the bad guys are. Frankly, you have to have the IQ of a sack of tiger crap to consider Schreibvogel to be a good guy. No rational, mentally healthy, or even halfway moral person would support Joe Schreibvogel or any of the other animal pimps with whom he associated. They are con artists, animal abusers, criminals, and clearly, they're some of the worst examples of humanity. Their supporters are therefore rubes, losers, and degenerates. Some people may dislike attacks from such clowns, but I see them as a badge of honor for all of us at Shark. Bottom line, Joe Schreibvogel is right where he belongs. In my opinion, he deserves a life sentence because not only is he an animal-abusing criminal, he is clearly a danger to society. The only miscarriage of justice in his story is that a bunch of his criminal associates, the other animal pimps, aren't in prison with him. Hopefully, that will change in the very near future. I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. You can subscribe to our channel to see more of our investigations and learn what you can do to help Shark help animals. To support Shark directly and gain access to exclusive content, consider sponsoring us on Patreon.